Hello and welcome to BEC Podcast, and it's my great pleasure and honour to welcome Mia Blichfeldt with me today for this question and answer session. Mia, thank you very, very much for joining us, and we have some questions that have been brought in by, sent in by some of our followers on social media who are very, very keen to ask you some questions about your life in badminton and how you prepare for badminton. I know there may be some technical questions and interesting questions, and we look forward, and I'm sure they look forward to hearing your answers. So we'll get straight into it, and the first question has come in from Michael Vermeulen, and Michael asks Mia, how do you prepare for a major tournament?
It's important for me to be home and have practice in some weeks before I go to the major tournaments. And I had my first Asia tour here in September, and that was great because I had the whole summer, and then I went to the Worlds, and then I went off to Asia. So I think that was a great period for me because I had a lot of practice and physical strength, and so.
Yeah, so there was a lot of physical training in the lead up to that. Not so much technical, but more physical?
Yeah, more physical.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool. In addition to that, if I can ask you, there's different periods of the season. You have in season and more out of season. What would you do more out of season that would be different than when you're coming to a major tournament?
You mean like in the summer period?
Yeah.
In summer period, we have very physical practice, but I think we still have like technical training, and we are preparing for the next tournaments and the new season and new goals. So for me, it's important to have the same periods all time at the season.
Okay.
So it's the same thing I'm working on all time.
Cool. Your most feared opponent, somebody you look at and go, oh, this is a difficult opponent for me. On the international scene, so all around the world, and then again, if there's somebody in Denmark that particularly is difficult for you, who are they and why?
I don't think I fear anyone, but it's very difficult for me to play against players that's very physical.
Okay.
And last week I played Maria Ulentina, and she is one of the people I fear. I think she's difficult to play against my type of play. So, and for Danish players, I don't know if I fear them all, but I think it's difficult to play against someone that you practice with every day, and we are so good friends. So it's always difficult to play against a Danish girl.
Okay, cool. That question came in from Ashish, Dorko Ashish. Thank you very much for that question. Dwight Howard asks a little bit of a, hope you don't mind me saying, Dwight, a little bit of a nerdy question. It's about your strings and your string tension. What string do you use? Do you know what tension you like? And is there a time when you feel after maybe one match, two matches, that you need to restring your rackets?
My strings is big 80. 80, yeah. And my tension is 40 kilos.
Okay.
Yeah, and I really don't think so much about restringing. I just play, and when they get too what do you call it?
I think soft.
Yeah, too soft.
Yeah.
I would like to change them.
Or when you break them.
Yeah, or when I break them.
Of course.
Yeah.
Which is a lot.
Yeah.
No. Cool. We have a next question that comes in from a viewer, and how did you start? How did you start in badminton? And also, you're a passionate player. We see this passion coming out on court. What makes you so passionate on the court?
I actually started dancing, and I stopped when I was 8 because my best friend in ground school, she played badminton, and I would like to play with her, like doubles, and then I started playing singles. So it was just to be more together with her I started, and then I just liked the game. I think it was funny, and I'm a girl with a lot of energy, and when I'm on court, I can use a lot of that energy on court. So.
Yeah, cool. Now, we love your passion on court. We love following you. A lot of people watch you for sure. We love it, so keep that up. Your goals in badminton. Look, every badminton player wants an Olympic medal. That's obviously the big dream for every badminton player. But in your career, and we can see you developing and growing on the court and off the court, what are your goals maybe for this next year coming, and maybe the year after and up to the Olympics?
Yeah, at the international stage, I don't think I have, pushed against it now. So I definitely this year wants to get some victories at maybe a Grand Prix tournament.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And looking ahead, then, is the Olympics the big dream?
Yeah, definitely. I really want to go to Tokyo in 2020.
The question is, what has been your best career victory so far?
Like a tournament victory?
Yeah, a tournament victory or something. It might not necessarily be a tournament victory. It might be a top player that you beat, or whatever you feel inside has been a really good win for you.
I definitely think my my win against Sato at the Worlds was a good match. Was a good victory for me. I had a long period in the summer up to the tournament, and I really feel comfortable and really felt like I played my game, and that just felt amazing. Yeah. And I have played some of the top players, and I lost in 2-set close or 3 sets, and it was just nice finally to win a match against a top player. So that was definitely a good match.
Yeah. So the World Championships has kind of been a career-defining moment for you. It kind of let you see in your own head that I can do this at this level with these top players. Yeah,
it definitely gave me some that I could believe in it, and then I just have to keep working hard, because if I don't work hard, I won't reach the top.
And we have a question from Emil, and it's, what age did you get your first playing contract? What age, did somebody come knocking on the door going, Mia, we would like to sponsor you?
I have played with Yonex since I started, because my club was playing with Yonex, but I got my own personal contract when I was 14.
So what was that feeling like?
It was nice. It's like, oh, you're good. A good feeling. Yeah.
Okay, we move on, and the next question is a personal question coming from me, because I always like to ask this one. Who were your big idols when you were growing up? Who did you like to watch, and what and for what reasons?
You mentioned Ratchanok before, and I saw her play. Sorry, I saw her played at the Copenhagen Masters, and she won against Tina in the final. And I was like, oh, I want to be her. I want to have the same shoes like her, clothes, everything. But when I have grown up now, I still have a lot of respect for Ratchanok. But I look more up to Sindhu and Carolina. I really like their spirit on the court and the energy.
Yeah. So. And there's a spirit and energy that you have also. We see that. So if they were playing out there, if they were playing in a hall somewhere, would you sit down and watch them just purely because you like to watch them and they inspire you?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I will.
Cool. Okay, we'll move on, and then the final question is about your social media. We've noticed, I certainly have noticed, a huge jump in your social media presence over the last number of months. And you have your own blog, and you're very active on Instagram and also on Facebook. Tell us a little bit about your social media presence and why you've got so involved in social media and the whole idea behind your blog.
Yeah. In many years, I've thought about starting a blog, but I didn't. When I haven't finished high school, I just wanted to wait. So when I finished high school here in summer, I think that I had the chance and I had the time to start a blog, because I didn't want to do it if I didn't have the time. So I think it's nice and it's very cozy. Yeah. I get my thoughts out. So
it helps you almost in the mental side of the game to express yourself.
Yeah, instead of just writing down at my phone. I like to share my thoughts with everyone, and when I get responses, it's very nice because then we can have a conversation about what I think and what they think. I got a message on my Instagram after I played Dutch that he thinks my attitude was a little bit bad because I wasted too much energy on being angry.
Okay.
So I have been thinking a lot about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Where can we find you on Instagram? What's your Instagram name? What's your handle?
Mia underscore Blichfeldt.
Okay.
Yeah.
So everybody make sure you follow Mia, and it's been my great pleasure having you here with us today.
Thank you.
Such an interesting thing to find out about your daily life, about how you do things, how you prepare, your social media activity, and you're such an inspiration for many, many young people. So Mia, thank you very much for joining today, and thank you and goodbye.